Hi folks, Nine Toe Nelson here. I'm here with my buddy Rob.
Hey everybody.
We are up early today because the weather turned out to be perfect. Everything's drying up and we're gonna have a great ride a bit later today. But today, Rob and I are taking care of a little task that I had promised to fulfill for a family friend and family of a friend. And we are on our way to a site where our good buddy Ashwin unfortunately lost his life. That was back in 2009. And long story short, we were out on a day much like today, about this time, and we found ourselves in two groups instead of one. One larger group, one very small group. I was in the very small group. And after some time not finding the large group where we expected, started to see some hubbub with law enforcement officers and an ambulance going in the direction that we would have come from had we gone the regular way. But the miscommunication we had that separated us and led us in two different directions put us at the opposite end. And after a short time and seeing that they are blocking off the road with barriers, I had a sense that there was something horrible at the other side of that. And then I had a more dire thought that it involved someone I knew. And turns out that it did. My buddy Ashwin, with whom I had come down from the Chicago area. It was a third or fourth trip together. And he lost his life taking a turn, and you're going to see soon where, that he somehow lost control on, ended up going into oncoming traffic, and was struck by a car going the other direction. The people that were with him did everything they could to try to save his life. One of them is a paramedic, thankfully, but unfortunately his efforts were useless in that there was nothing that could be done at that point. So I had the unfortunate role then to contact his family and make them aware. And to get to the point of this, we all lost a loved one, and we all grieve that incident. Some of us daily, most of us annually. And we, with the motivation of Ashwin's parents, they created a memorial plaque. We created the mounting, we did installing, we have memorialized Ashwin in a grand manner as he deserved. So that plaque, when it was originally created, was made of a material that we knew would not last forever, but it would be it's an industrial grade vinyl that is intended to be used for this purpose. But nonetheless, his parents chose to remake the plaque out of a much sturdier metal. Hopefully a lifetime of longevity with that material. And we're going up now to put it in place. Rob, anything you want to share?
I was a good man. Loved life and loved the sport of riding.
Yeah. I mean, Ashwin lived motorcycle riding.
So
he's a prodigy.
And his family supported him. I only met him once. Unfortunately, it wasn't that year. Once a year I was not here. So, but those of us who met him got to know him. He's just a good dude.
Anyone who met Ashwin never forgot him. He had an infectious smile and a sense of understanding and personability that you don't find in most people. So, as I said, this day is going to start off a bit somber, but we will be honoring Ashwin in many ways. And one of them is to ride and enjoy what is out here. This is one of his favorite places. So, I'm going to let you guys be. We'll be there in a short time, and you guys can join in with the process. Alright folks, we're back, and we are approaching the site of the memorial, which I affectionately refer to as Ashwin's Corner. And you're going to notice as we get closer, there's some signage with respect to caution for speed and the direction of the road and so on. These are things that were actually put in very shortly after Ashwin's death. There's one right there. And this doesn't indicate that he was speeding. I don't want that to be a misconception. It was just the recognition by the county, at the very least, that this turn we're heading to is a sharp, blind turn that deserves extra caution. And I would say that the signs have been helpful in that sense. I don't know how many accidents have occurred there since. I will guarantee, without knowing the statistics, that there have been other accidents there.
There is one other who lost his life.
There, prior to Ashwin's, yes, there's another memorial right next to his that had been there for years. He and I actually spoke of it when we had noticed it. Very tastefully done as well, by the way. But it's impossible to avoid the threat and the probability of a collision there, just because of the way it is constructed, the way where it exists. You can't avoid it. You just have to be prepared for it. So, good things in that sense came from it, and we hope that it does help avoid anyone else losing a life there. These signs right here in particular. And yeah. This is not the curve it's referring to.
But there's one very similar to it.
Yeah. So this left-hand turn leads to
this is it.
The turn where this occurred. And it was right here that for some reason he went down and crossed into oncoming traffic. And that double beep of the horn is something we do in his memory to add thought to the situation there. give anyone who's coming around an audible signal that we are, or someone is coming the other way. And it's to remember him. Alright, we're gonna head back up and do our thing. Alright folks, we are back. Rob and I and our buddy Carl, who surprisingly showed up right on time, have just completed putting up the new plaque. And it looks great.
It looks amazing.
It is perfect for the spot, and I couldn't be more ecstatic that it is finally done, and it will be there until someone or God brings it down. It all went well. Started to get a bit hot, as you can see. Sweating a bit here.
Perspiration.
But well worth it. So if any of you are ever riding through here, driving through here, passing through here on 28 from the Dragon to Robbinsville, right after you take that hairpin turn at the bottom of the road there, going south, look to your left, tap the horn twice, remember Ashwin, as we all do, and tell your friends to be aware when they reach that turn and they come to that corner. We don't want to have to go back there another time and put up a new plaque. Alright, so we're going to have a spectacular day. All the Porsches are passing us right now.
Porsche rally.
It used to be the Miatas. I don't know if they still come this weekend. Oh no, last weekend. But it's going to be a very interesting day. We're going to get a lot on film and see a lot of cool things now that we can see, since there's no rain. Alright folks, we'll catch up with you soon.